Okay, hi Siddharth, good evening. Just a minute, I'm putting my video on. Give me a minute. Hello, am I audible?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I think in a minute or two we will be going live.
Sure.
Okay. I think there was some issue with the link which we had provided.
Yeah, correct. It wasn't going through.
Yes, some of them got in touch with me. I have sent them the link again. So I think that is now working, but I'm not sure how many people that's why would be able to join here. But we would be anyway on live on Facebook as well as YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So we should be able to reach through to people.
What's the Facebook link?
Facebook link is BoldNet India. If you want, let me just a second. I'll paste it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted the link in the chat room.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I think let's start, Siddharth. It's 8 o'clock and people are joining and they'll keep on joining on Zoom, those who are coming to Zoom and those who are watching on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, they will be watching there. So, good to go?
Sure, sounds good.
Super. So thank you so much. So welcome everybody. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bold Talks, the only career talk show in India. And my name is Avinash Deshmukh, and I am the career coach. I'm a certified career coach, and we have recently started this talk show. And today we will be having a fantastic session on a very different field, that is sports management. And I'm sure in last few years, sports management is coming up as a buzzword. Many people know it at least by name, although few might be actually knowing the details of what are the various career opportunities available in sports management. So before we introduce Siddharth, I will quickly introduce myself and what BoldNet is all about in 2 minutes, and then we will welcome Siddharth here, and of course then we'll begin with the session. So 2 minutes and you get to know about BoldNet as well as what Bold Talks is all about. Okay. So my name is Avinash Deshmukh. I am an engineer by qualification and I am a certified international career coach. I am also a multiple intelligence analyst, a overall 27 years of experience in the field of corporate world, as well as social sector, and of late for last 8 years in the field of entrepreneurship. So far I have counseled and career coached more than 2000 students. So 2000 strong family we have here who have been able to get some help, some or the other help in the field of career guidance and career development from BoldNet. So that's a brief about me. BoldNet, as the name suggests, it's abbreviation of Buddies Open Learning and Development Network. So as it is a self-explanatory sentence, let me just elaborate it, stating that this is a platform and possibly one of its kind platform for youngsters and professionals to come together and learn together. Yes, I mean, everybody says that learning is a lifelong journey. So for professionals like me and for professionals like Siddharth and many others, learning, of course, is an ongoing process. And for buddies, young buddies, the youngsters who are right from standard 9, 10th onwards, till graduation, post-graduation, this is a platform wherein they can come together and they can learn various aspects of their life. To be precise, let me just tell you, what does BoldNet do for you? BoldNet is a complete career guidance forum where you get a 360-degree career assessment done for yourself so that you can identify the most appropriate, most suitable career for you. Secondly, BoldNet is a personality and a leadership development forum wherein we give you practical implementation training for various personality related traits. So you get to learn by implementation and not mere theory here. So we are not into a very theoretical trainings here. Rather, we don't give much of the theoretical trainings. You learn through implementation, because we feel that nowadays, as far as gaining knowledge is concerned, there are hundreds and thousands of channels available for you guys to gain knowledge. But as far as implementation, practice of implementation is concerned, this is the only platform wherein you get to get experience. And thirdly, we help you develop your employability skills. So nowadays, this is a buzzword. You get employed only if you are employable and not merely if you are having a degree in a particular field. Degree is no more a guarantee of any job. Rather, it was never a guarantee of any job, barring few first years of this country's post-independence era. But now it is either you are employable by having certain skills which the employer needs, or else your degree really doesn't help you much in employment. So we help you develop your employability skills. Apart from that, we are into abroad education consultancy. Now, this is a very specific arm of BoldNet wherein we focus on helping you out getting admitted to various universities across the globe. So we have associations with various universities in UK, Canada, Australia, US, of course, Singapore, New Zealand, and many other countries. Apart from that, BoldNet does individual student coaching for you guys. So any student who wants to get coached on various aspects, not only the career coaching, but also overall developmental aspects of life, we do a career coaching process for individual students. And of course, we offer institutional services through colleges and schools for providing career guidance as well as career development training. And lastly, we do offer counselor training and coaches training. So if any seniors out there who want to start a career counseling or career coaching work along with whatever they are doing currently, they are most welcome to get in touch with us, and we will join hands with you, train you, and of course work with you in the field of career counseling and training. So that's it about BoldNet. I don't intend to give you much more details at this point of time, because this session is not about BoldNet. It is more about understanding sports management as a career. So please welcome with a big round of applause, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh. Siddharth, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for agreeing to be here on this channel. I mean, with a person who has already hosted more than 200 episodes of Sportsy.
Almost, yeah.
Yes. I mean, you already have an experience of having a detailed discussion on such kind of forums with more than 200 episodes of your Sportsy channel dedicated to sports. So, my dear friend, Siddharth is one of the most authoritative person in the field of sports management. In fact, after having an international experience of more than a decade on various IT consultancy firms, he was basically an IT consultant earlier, and now he has shifted to sports management because of his own passion for sports. So we are today going to listen from him what sports management is all about, why did he come into sports, and what does he think are the various opportunities in the field of sports management for all of you sports enthusiasts out there. So Siddharth, welcome to the channel, and I'm really excited and delighted to have you here.
Thank you, Avinash, and yeah, it's good to have one Deshmukh interviewing another Deshmukh. So yeah,
yeah, that's an added advantage.
Yes. Thanks for the introduction, and as you just mentioned that I have almost 2 decades of experience. Out of the 1 decade I spent in IT consulting, management consulting, and last 10 years I've been in the sports industry. So that is what the whole journey for me. I mean, and talk about a career shift, because you're talking about everything about career here.
Yes.
So that's a career shift that I had. It wasn't a what do you say, moving from QA to manual QA to automation QA or automation to development. It is a complete change of industry, complete change.
Yes.
And that's what I have done. Took a lot of time, but I think everything with the dedication, with the genuine intent of making an impact here in the sports industry. I'm touchwood. I'm happy to be where I am, and I enjoy what I do at any event.
Super, wonderful. So Arimaya is your firm, right?
So yeah, a quick background. I'm a Symbiosis alumni, SICSR, MBA, IT, and SIBM, 2 MBAs. Then started with career in banking, government sales. Then work with Persistent Systems in corporate planning, business strategy, as well as business development in the US. Was looking at the Europe business for Tech Mahindra. Then Asia business for Global Logic. Then I had almost 5 years with Mindtree in the US, heading the startup business. And that's where probably I just hit my midlife crisis a little early, and deciding what am I doing. And that's where what could I do is the thought came up. I asked myself a question: who am I? And that's where a lot of things started putting. I started solving the puzzle. It's still a puzzle, but yeah, it's still, at least I have all the pieces now to make the puzzle happen. So the closest thing to my heart was always sports. I've been an athlete. So the sports are always close to me. And I said, India, I could see the opportunity, because only IPL was commercial and nothing else was happening. ISL was just announced. Pro Kabaddi League was just announced. So all those things were happening. 2011 World Cup had happened. India had won. So a lot of glamour was there. A lot of eyes were again coming back onto sports. So I said, let me take a chance. बोलते हैं midlife crisis में जब कुछ hit हो जाता है, then you don't think about other things. So people who want to change their careers, this kind of drastic change of careers, one thing happened to me: my monthly income became my annual income. So that's the price you pay to follow your passion. No regrets. After 7-8 years being there, no regrets. I'm great to be in a position where people can call me somebody who can guide or mentor in this industry. So the way you're talking about 2,000 people that you have made an impact, I do it through education. I'm a curator of MBA Sports Management Symbiosis. It's my own alma mater, and I'm giving as a SIU. And I've been involved with them since 2016, since inception, handling MBA Sports Management for them, being a speaker and visiting faculty across multiple sports management colleges across India. Been a speaker at multiple conferences across the world. And my main forte, I've been working on sports technology. fan engagement, fan the sports development, and building sustainability in sports with government projects and all. So I do quite a lot of things. Uh, when people ask me, "Kar do kya baba tu?" I said, "Ki I earn from sports. I spend in sports." So
That's so nice. Yeah.
That is what it is at the end of the day. And the kind of background that you see, that is everything is about sports for me. It's not the books are in sports, the the small icons are about sports, and everything is about. So that's what I do. Little crazy, but yeah, I'm glad that people call me crazy for a reason.
That's wonderful. In fact, only crazy people make difference in this world, and that's what it has been proven time and again.
Inshallah, I think I can make a difference, and that's my kharita वाटा घेऊन कुठे जाणार आहे. So I'm just make a difference, and let's see where it goes. And I'm hopeful. I have been in this part of this industry for quite some time. It's almost 8-10 years in sports industry in India. Makes me a veteran immediately. With overall, so there are a lot of senior people in the industry who've been working with the IPL, but everybody mainly on the commercial side of it. A lot of or either extremely on the development side of it. So what I've been, I was specific in handling the whole situation about, I took commercial development, government, sustainability, as well as technology, which was my forte earlier. So I got all those things together and packaged with education, because finally, at the end of the day, how much ever good I am, if the next generation is not going to be good, who is entering this industry, I'm not going to get. I'm not a soldier anymore. So I need soldiers if I have to rule or I have to win a war.
Absolutely.
I have to win all battles, and to win those battles, I need good soldiers. So I said, why not take the opportunity to make it happen?
Superb. In fact, you took the plunge when most of the people were not even clear about what will be the future of this particular industry. Because I take a clue from what you said that you were always a sports enthusiast. So my question is,
enthusiast is a very understatement. I'm a fanatic.
Oh, okay. Now that actually puts across more weightage to my question now, that since youngsters are here and many youngsters will be watching this episode, typically we come across in the sports, I mean, those who are sports enthusiasts or those who are even, too much passionate about sports, what comes into the mind of parents is, yaar, sports ka career kaise hoga? How would you earn your money? And with nowadays, things like IPL and even Pro Kabaddi League, although to some extent, parents को भी पता चला कि हाँ ऐसा पैसा मिलता है, but they are not confident about it. And that's why always sports तो कर ले ना, लेकिन side by side कुछ तो कर ले. ये एक tendency लोगों की होती है. So how did you handle this problem when you entered into this particular field? Or I mean, how did you get into corporate first and then you came to sports?
So honestly, as I said, it was a midlife crisis, so I had to answer only my wife, nobody else. That time, but luckily, she had known kind of the liking for sports. I've been playing all the time and watching it, passionately watching it, and all those things. So she knew what is happening, and something was not keeping me happy. Even though I was earning a lot, good position, everything was there, but it was not. I wasn't myself. So obviously you cannot do anything without a support. But when I'm talking about the youngsters, and when parents ask this question, I always go back, because I deal with so many parents in Symbiosis as well as other places as well for mentorship and guidance. So I always ask them a question: how many people that you know have actually made a career in the sunrise industry? People who worked in probably my grandparents who worked in manufacturing, or people who worked in IT in 80s and 90s, banking in early 2000, telecom in mid 2000. Other than that, everything industry has evolved. You're working in IT right now and you feel cutting edge and AI and all those things. That's just the evolution of what IT has been.
Correct.
If you enter AI right now, it doesn't make you the master of AI. You need to be still a Java developer.
Right.
I may be technically wrong a little bit here, but I'm just saying that. But sports industry right now is like what banking was in 2000.
Okay.
What telecom was in mid 2000.
Okay.
Or what manufacturing or IT was in 80s and 90s. What manufacturing was in early days. Like If you look at the EV now, the solar and EV, then you can call it a solar sunrise, because you get to grow with it. What are you going to do in this industry? The best part is you will do what you like. You will never get people in sports industry or again, sports, photography, culinary. These are some of the industries where you will not get people because somebody else wants them to be there. They are there because they want to be there.
They want to be there. Yes, this is the major difference. Absolutely.
So I think the half the battle is won because you are there because you want to be there. Then take extra effort to prove people wrong, or at least prove yourself right. Okay, just get a validation somewhere that, okay, I'm doing something, I want to make a career. Anybody can get a job in sports, but making a career in sports, you need to have a right vision.
Oh, wonderful. Now that brings me to the question. Let's decode this industry. What exactly is sports management and this career in the sports related industry? Because quite often children nowadays, unko lagta hai ki if I like cricket, I'll become a cricket player. If I like football, I'll become a football player. But I'm sure sports management industry is much beyond that, much beyond being a player.
Yeah. So honestly, it's an industry like any other industry. Finally, you can be relevant by if you are not a player, then you can be relevant by only two things: either bring money or save money.
Okay.
Everything else, you are overhead.
Okay.
And I think that's true for any industry.
Yes.
Save money. See, money saved is money earned. So save money by bringing efficiency. Bring money by actually getting the actual money. Do good marketing, good sale, business development, sponsorship, everything that you talk about. So there are multiple ways to look at it in the industry. One is, so this industry is divided into three parts. One is a player industry. And I don't think I have to talk about the player industry, because if you are talented, you by the time people think of career, they already buy by now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that industry is different. Let's talk about two industries after that. One is the technical and non-technical. So technical industry is the coaching industry or sports science level of coaching industry, or the actual A license, B license, C license, those kind of coaches in multiple levels. So this is the industry which is usually picked up by the ex-athletes.
Ex-athletes.
Who are retiring and all those things, or who on the verge of retiring and all those things. So considering this thing, technical is something, if you've been an athlete, you've been a player, suppose you're a football player and you did something good and you really want to be still associated with it, do your licensing, D, C, B, A, multiple licensing, and become a coach. Not every great player can be a great coach.
Yes.
Okay, and not every great coach was a great player.
Correct. Yes.
It doesn't work that way. I think Ravi Shastri has proved us right.
Yes.
No disrespect to what he has done for the country. Phenomenal things as a player he has done. The first player to get 6 sixes and get the Audi to India with 85 Benson Hedges Cup. But with all together, I think as a team, he did not call himself a coach. He called himself a technical director or a director of the team, because the man management becomes a very crucial part.
Right. Correct.
So what people miss out, मैं coach बन गया तो मेरा काम हो गया. No, coach makes you more responsible because you're going to develop the next generation. So you can't be only talking about the skills and the talent and the strength and stamina.
Okay.
Talk about how do you develop that person as a whole. So sports education education in sports becomes a very crucial part for technical field. Okay. Now let's come to non-technical field. So when you talk about non-technical field, there is a plethora of service that you can give, because everything is around a player. Finally, player is at the center. Yes. Around the player, you have the industries like nutrition, diet, coaching, infrastructure, grassroots, professional sports management, analytics and performance, mental and physical conditioning, operations, event, talent management, technology, marketing and commercialization. There's a laundry list of things that you can do and make career. Okay. So I'll give you an example. And I'll give you an example of IPL, because yes, that's the biggest cash cow that India has, and it's the second best in the world right now on the money part of it. In IPL, if somebody feels that, okay, I want to work in IPL because I love cricket, believe me, you will not even get to see a single ball getting bowled, because you will not be working unless you are working in the broadcasting side.
Okay.
So because you will be working in the event, you have to work off field efficiently to make the on-field event successful.
Correct.
So you're not going to work in IPL because you get to see the match, or you're going to get a photo with Kohli or Dhoni. You're going to work in IPL so that they play properly. The broadcaster makes money, the BCCI makes money, you make your own money and build your career.
Correct.
So that is how. So there are three major industries. In non-technical, there are three major industries. One is marketing and sponsorship. One is event management, and one is technology enablement.
Okay.
So these are the three main career options. And there is a fourth one, which is more towards sports development, which is grassroots, where you talk about clubs and academies,
Okay.
Club,
okay.
or you're talking about sustainability, CSR, and all those things. That's a development, sports development.
Okay, so that's an in-field.
That's actually goes horizontal, where these are vertical. That goes horizontal everywhere.
Okay, right.
Or you can say that is one vertical and everything else is horizontal.
Okay.
Because finally, sports development is the crucial part. If there is no athlete, there is no sport.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Even for esports, you need athlete who is playing esport.
Yes, of course you need.
So otherwise, you will just be sitting in front of a machine and two computers play to each other, and you feel like a complete dumbass. What are you watching?
Correct.
So that's the beauty of sport, because sports is something which is by the humans for the humans.
So, I mean, you were talking of the three different industries within the third section of the sports, that is non-technical part, right?
Correct. So three or four, because sports development,
four
as a fourth industry. If not, because otherwise people will get confused between horizontal and vertical. So let's call it four different verticals.
So now I would like to understand how different it is from any other industry then.
It is not.
It is not.
It is not. Understand, because the work that you do is different. The industry segment is same, right? Technology enablement is in manufacturing, it's in FMCG, it's in banking, everywhere. Here as well. So technology enablement, what is making the technology is enabling the sport to become more efficient.
Correct.
Players to become efficient, the coaches to become efficient, or the overall experience to become efficient. That's a technology enablement. What are you doing inside that? You're building sensors for bat speed, or you're building sensors for goal line technology, or you're doing something for fan engagement, fan development. Those kind of things are different. Or sleep monitoring, whatever smart watches that we wear and everything. That's technology.
So when somebody thinks of making a career in this field, is it necessary that he goes through the sports management education, or a technical person, say from the field of IT, can come into sports management as a technical?
Laterally, people can come. That's not a problem. But sports management education will give you the right language to communicate.
Acha, okay.
So you see, if I have to come and start talking about the career counseling beyond a particular point, I can't do that. For that, you are the expert. But correct. If you start talking about careers in sports management, probably you will have to give it 30 seconds elevator pitch, and then probably you will not have the content. I'm just giving the example.
Yes, absolutely.
So, but you are technical people are solid in their field. But can they talk the language that the buyer understands? And the buyer is usually a player who is only focused about their work.
Right.
Same thing, right? If you're going to selling a HR system in an IT company, you have a HRIS product and you're going to IT company and trying to sell it. Your buyer is the HR department. If you sit in front of the IT QA department, quality department, how much are they going to understand? So you need that language to speak. So correct. Like any other industry, is the same thing. You need sports management, formal education is required to channelize your thoughts and start thinking in the direction that you are here for that industry.
Okay, got it. So typically what can be the, say, for example, of course, there will be huge number of roles, but to just to name a few roles for the understanding of our audience, what can be the roles in this particular industry in terms of career roles?
Okay, so I'll talk about technology first. In technology, there are roles. You could be analyst. Uh, you could be a writer, content writer on technical side, like analyzing and everything. You could be into broadcasting or production, camera handling, and those kind of technologies. Or you could be a sales and marketing executive selling those technologies.
Right.
Because coding is not a role of a person who is in the sports industry. Any coder can join this company and become a coder and call himself in the sports industry. But can that person go and sell that? That's where the BA role is important. Analyst.
Okay.
Managing your expectations of what your code is or what the product is and buyer is, who is the buyer is. So that is the industry. Sales and marketing is everywhere. Analyst, then research people, content people. That's common technology.
Okay.
Second field is event. You can do the people who are doing IPL can do Pro Kabaddi League and can do Filmfare also. It's the same thing. It's an event finally.
Right.
Bhi kar sakte hain, Mundan bhi kar sakte hain, and Barsa bhi kar sakte hain. What else kar sakte hain.
Correct.
So that is not the problem. So because event is what? Event has got its own field. There is a commercial field, there is the operations field, and there is the administration field. Like any other company that you want to run, there is a commercial field, there is the operations field, and there is the administrative field.
Correct.
So commercial field is actually going and getting the money for the event, sponsorships and all those things. The operation field is to make sure the event can run efficiently and the planning is proper. And administration is making that thing happen. So to give an example, Paytm is doing ticketing for the IPL game. What does that mean? You are working in an event company. Paytm has an event division called Paytm Insider. They do ticketing to accreditation. So you are talking about people buying a ticket. So you are actually first selling the ticket. On ticket, can you sell something? There's a so you can say Coca-Cola or advertisement. That's the commercial side of it. Then there's the operation side. What is the best efficient way for me to sell the tickets? And the third thing is actually sitting on the counter and selling the ticket. And giving the experience which is beyond ticketing, right? You take them to their boxes and make them sit and give them a fan zone experience. So these are the three things in the event.
Okay, right.
Then comes the sales and marketing, which is more of a horizontal across everything, that whatever you do, you need sales and marketing. There's a digital marketing career to be made. There is a content marketing. There is brand marketing. Then there is sponsorships. There is commercial engagements of teams, leagues, players, all those things. Finally, somebody who has to bring money.
Okay, wonderful.
So these are the various fields that actually you look at. So if you look at from the 12th, say 20,000 feet above the ground level, this is like any other industry. But can you talk that language?
Right.
That is required.
So that brings me to a question. If I have to sum up as far as the requirements of this particular industry are concerned in terms of when we are talking from a career management, career perspective, apart from being interested in the field of sports, what other important personality attributes or behavioral attributes do you think are absolutely necessary to get into this particular field?
First and foremost, you need to be crazy about sports. It is not something, the sports is by passion, not fashion.
Yes.
So you need to be ready for all the hard work, because when you want to make a career, you need to walk the extra mile.
Yes.
When you are looking for a job, then I think job can come your way. Having distributing the 4 and 6 placards in the stadium is a job. But having a hospitality experience and building the customer experience segment in a stadium is a career.
Right. I think you have put it very nicely. This is the difference.
So that is what I'm saying, that when you want to be part of this, think about why are you here? Because you know for sure your parents have not sent you here.
Yes.
There is no peer pressure for you to be here.
Yes, in fact, most of the times he would have come against the wish of parents.
Exactly. So only thing you have to give that is, as per our Indian system, give them confidence कि 3 डेट का डायलॉग है ना, गाड़ी छोटी होगा, घर छोटा होगा, लेकिन खुश रहूंगा.
Yes.
Because if you start comparing yourself with a person who has done the IT or in the regular MBA and working in the FMCG and drawing 3 times the more salary, if you want to compare that, then you're already done. You're not going to go anyhow. If a footballer in India, a footballer compares himself to a cricketer, he's done.
He's done. Yeah.
The football has to look at the footballing industry. The cricketer has to look at the cricketing industry.
But I'm sure with I mean, right now, since you call it, and of course it is a sunrise kind of industry. Over next few years, the overall business commercials and overall career opportunities in terms of even financial growths would be tremendous.
It has to be, right? Okay, I'm just asking you, what is the size of Infosys? How many people are there in Infosys?
About 7 lakh people.
The Indian sports industry altogether is not more than 50,000 people.
Oh.
So it's like a one business unit of Infosys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Infosys is one of the companies of that size.
Yes, absolutely.
So now you understand the scale where we have a chance to grow.
Superb, absolutely. I mean, this is really a wonderful feeling as well, that what kind of opportunity sports management is bringing in.
Again, it's not a very high-paying industry when you're starting your career. I feel bad when I say this because I'm part of the industry. But finally, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. और जो खोकर पाता है उसको बाजीगर कहते हैं. So I believe in this, and I have learned it hard way myself. As I said, my monthly package became my annual package. You need guts to do all those things. You also been an entrepreneur. You quit your corporate job to be part of here, and you know the struggle that what it happens.
Absolutely.
But believe me, I don't call any day as a compromise, or I have done something against my wish. There is a choice. I made the choice. I believe in the path. And hopefully, inshallah, one day I'll reach the destination which really matters. Right now, I'm just enjoying the journey.
Super. So what can be that destination? Just if you would like to share for the sake of our audience.
Oh, wow. So again, I'm very greedy when it comes to destination. It has to grow continuously and it has to go. Otherwise, I'll have to probably take sannyas and go to Himalaya. I'm not at all a content person with what I get on the professional front, because I know it's not about money part of it. It's about what I can do. My destination is that we are on the Olympic chart in the probably first top 10 list.
Wow.
And if I can contribute towards that, is making India a sporting nation. We have celebrated 1 gold medal after 13 years.
Yes.
And that too was only second gold medal in individual capacity. So what stops us at 1.3 billion people that we have? We are 13% of the world, 15% of the world. And we are happy with 7 medals is something I can't digest.
Yes. In fact, nobody can digest. And I'm sure
again, but the problem is, what are people doing about it? They talk about it only 4 years. Every 4 years they talk about it, and media just makes it a "Arey kuch nahi hota hai." But they are talking about every ball is going to be 50 lakh rupee ball in IPL. They are talking it out. That 50 lakh one ball cost. If that kind of money is given to other sports, what stops us from growing? Why can't we adopt? It's not none of their business. But to grow as a country from the patriotism perspective, why can't BCCI adopt athletics? It is not the cost of it is not even the one match cost of IPL for them.
I think that is the different kind of game. And
I respect what BCCI is doing. It's phenomenal. They showed India, or they showed the world, that sports can bring money. And it is not football, it's cricket. The sport which is not even played by 50 countries. where football is played by almost 290 countries.
Absolutely.
So, sorry, 190 countries, not 290, 190 countries. Out of
190
countries, 192 countries are playing football, registered with FIFA. So, we are talking about careers to be made. We are talking about destinations, multiple destinations. But for me, it is something that whenever I see Tiranga or Commonwealth, Asian Games, or Olympics, wherever I see that, I want to see it more and more. That's my greed.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful destination. That's a wonderful dream. And I'm sure with your kind of enthusiasm, your kind of passion, you are definitely going to make it.
And one more thing, as a player, I missed out wearing an India jersey. So one immediate dream is, at least as an administrator, I want to wear India jersey,
Wow.
which is given to me, not bought from the market.
Okay. So I would like to have some specific question as well from, again, youngsters perspective. So whenever nowadays youngsters are looking at career, and as you have already hinted at it, the money is not that big, but even to look at it from a opportunity and potential
I just want to
perspective.
correct it. When I say money is not that big, it's just to start, but the growth is exponential.
Yes. So coming to that point, actually, so I understand that the sports management industry in India is now picking up. But what about global perspective? If I look at from a global perspective, maybe something in UK or Europe or even in US or even in China for that matter, against these countries or any other country which is having a fantastic sports culture, how does the sports management field look for youngsters or freshers who want to enter that field?
Again, everything depends on we comparing ourselves to Western world or Australia. It's of no use because those are mature markets.
Okay.
A Premier League club is playing for last 100+ years. So everybody in India, every football fanatic wants to work in Premier League, but nobody wants to work in ISL or I League. So my thing is, you comparing yourself with Australia and all those things is of no use because you're not going to get a job there. Work permit is not going to allow you to go and get a job there.
Okay.
So think about, if you are in sports, why are you in sports? As I always say, are you here for glamour? Then you are entering on the wrong note.
Okay.
If you are here to make an impact and make your career while growing the sports industry together, that is the right start.
Okay.
So I don't mind, like people, we are people sitting in the sports industry. We don't mind less people joining this industry, but join with the right intent.
Okay. That's one absolutely important insight, I guess.
Because it's not like every year TCS is hiring 10,000 freshers. उसके computer science भी आते हैं, IT भी आता है, civil भी आता है, mechanical भी आता है, सब आते हैं. And they are sitting on the bench or get a project because everybody wants to make a career in IT. We don't have that much of strength. So at least people who are coming in come with the right intent.
Okay.
People, even if you start your career with 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs rupees salary, the growth can be exponential if you have a right intent and right mindset to do the work.
Now, that's an important figure. Do you actually mean that figure? Because people in IT, for example, last 10 years, the entry-level salaries in IT have not gone beyond 2.5 to 3 lakh rupees per annum.
Yes, but people get excited about the on-site opportunity, right?
Yeah, of course. So there are the perks, some other perks associated with it. Again, not everybody gets it. But yes, so do you mean to say that if somebody does sports management takes up sports management as a career, he can look forward to some kind of similar kind of entry-level packages?
Yeah. See, Symbiosis, we've been doing average 5.5 to 6 lakh salary.
Okay.
Year on year. But that doesn't mean that everybody gets that much, right? There are people who are getting 2.4 and 3.5, 3.8 as well. It all depends on the opportunity. It all depends on the credit capability of the student. And it's a demand-supply ratio.
Okay.
But there are students who have got 12 lakh rupee package as well. There are people who are getting 7, 8, 9 lakh package as well.
Super. So please.
No, so I was just saying that I don't want to give a wrong notion कि 5-6 lakh मिल जाएगा. No. You need to be enhancing your skills as well when you are sitting in front of the interviewer.
Right.
You need to be ready as a full package. You can't say, it's not, our industry does not say I'm a Java developer, so I'm open source guy, I will not work on the restricted technologies, other technologies.
Right.
यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है,
ऐसा
आपको
नहीं
काम
है.
करना पड़ेगा. So I give another analogy. हमारे sports की analogy है. So there was a time when Akshar Patel plays every game, but Ajinkya Rahane or Steve Smith are sitting on the bench.
Yes. That's the irony. Absolutely.
So, and because he is an all-rounder, multifaceted player, where Steve Smith, captain of Australia, Ajinkya Rahane is, being a captain of India as well as stalwart, only batters. Sometimes they don't fit in but the bowler, batter, fielder, all together
fits into the team.
That's the thing. So you need to understand what kind of analogies that aligns with you, what kind of thing that you want to do, and don't say no to something. Take it, because that's the beauty of sunrise industry. The more you need to be sponge, the more you grasp. एक बार निचोड़ने के टाइम पे बहुत दे दोगे, and you can grow significantly.
Super. So now let's come to the most important question. How do we begin? If somebody wants to get into this industry, how do we begin? Right from the educational journey and of course thereafter. So what can be the possible pathways, and how does Symbiosis also help students to enter this particular field?
So Symbiosis has an MBA sports management program. It's one of the early programs that started in India with the 2-year courses. There were other colleges, IISM, NASM, GISB. There are multiple courses in it. It's not like only Symbiosis is doing all these things, but
Yes.
Symbiosis is a reputed university, and they're giving a 2-year MBA in sports management makes a lot of difference. I've been a speaker, visiting faculty across almost all the colleges in India for sports. So for me, there is no bias. But what I'm saying is a proper university degree always helps in a place like India. So instead of doing a diploma from a college or not a university, usse acha Symbiosis, which is A listed university, at least you are getting an MBA from that university, which is good for you. So MBA is one option, because then that opens up for anybody, any graduation can come here, even lateral people. I have students who are 35 years old.
Okay.
In the same batch, I have somebody 35 years old and somebody is 21 years old.
Okay.
In the same batch. So it is basically they want to be there because they want to give them a chance, and they want to follow something that they want to follow. So there are multiple colleges in India. If you do a Google research about MBA sports management in India, you will get a list of almost 15.
Yes. Correct.
Everybody has their own entrance exam or directly admissions. Symbiosis goes with SNAP, which is a common entrance exam for them.
Yes.
Symbiosis this year also started the BSc in sports and exercise science.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So now the undergrads also have started with Symbiosis. And we are getting a lot of requirement from athletes who want to do this parallelly.
Okay.
And for this, you don't have to do 11, 12 science. Any stream of 11, 12 can come into this. It is called BS because the 3 years are used toward developing the whole biomechanics and those kind of expertise for you to get into technical side of it or the business side of it, both the sides. You're open to do both the sides. So that is an early level. So after 12th grade, if you want to do something, there's a BSc in sports and exercise science. Or you do normal BBA and come into MBA.
Okay.
But in the whole journey, keep an eye on something that you really want to do. As I was saying, it's not for glamour. Glamour is a byproduct. I have worked with MS Dhoni. I keep working with him and very close to. There are so many amazing achievers in India, but there is no brand like MS Dhoni, honestly.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, even if he's retired, except IPL, he's retired from everywhere. But still, people are just want to see a glimpse of him and ready to pay a lot of money for that.
Yes.
At the brand recall with his brands are different. So you are not going to go and get a job to work with MS Dhoni or manage MS Dhoni or Virat Kohli or PV Sindhu immediately. You have to climb up the ladder. And that time, how you deal with the junior athletes. Do you give respect? Because that's where the compassion comes into the picture. It's the industry of humans, by the humans, for the humans, of the humans.
Absolutely.
So you need to respect anybody and everybody. In that has to be a basic human thing, but we don't. वो बोलते हैं कि we are human beings by nature, but being human is an effort.
Yes, absolutely.
इंसान सब है, इंसानियत आनी पड़ती है.
Correct. लानी पड़ती है.
लानी पड़ती है. So on those lines, when we work, you have to make sure that okay, even a junior most person in the team has been an achiever and is there.
Yes.
So understand that, be humble. So soft skills, the biggest soft skill that anybody needs to develop is be humble to anything and everything happening around you. You say that you aim for the moon, then you go to stars. You aim for a star, you go to at least at the top of the hill. But that is fine. You aim for MS Dhoni, but that doesn't mean even if you're at the top of the hill, you can still be good with Ishan Kishan or somebody else, or Sanju Samson.
Yes.
They are achievers by their own standards.
Yes, absolutely.
So don't say that मेरे को वही करना है and that's the ultimate for me. Yeah, I got to be there after 15-16 years of my career. Luckily 5 years of sporting career, but overall 15 years of my career, right?
Correct.
And I was there because I was genuinely want to do something. So you build bond with people. The business is a byproduct. Don't go and sell something, because the moment you go and sell something, the buyer knows that you're selling.
Correct. Absolutely. So if I sum it up, it means that the person who is entering this industry, one should have a very, very clear understanding of why he is entering this industry, and he should be there with a more concrete and long-term approach rather than.
I'll correct a little bit. He and she. We need more women in the sports industry.
Yeah, I mean, when by he, it was meant for everybody.
No, I'm sorry. We need more women in the sports industry, because again, the women have amazing career opportunities in sports, and they bring sincerity to the industry.
Absolutely. Yes. So, I mean, whether it is he or she, one, they should be having a very clear understanding and thought process behind getting into this industry. Secondly, they should be having good interpersonal skills. They should be able to communicate effectively with people. They should be having a fantastic empathy.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
And they should be able to put in consistent amount of hard work.
Yes. And the bottom line is, you cannot be judgmental.
You cannot be judgmental, of course.
You looking at Virat Kohli's current form, can you say he's a bad player?
Of course not.
So that's what it is.
Superb. So as far as the education is concerned, again to just recap, either you can do a BBA and come to MBA sports management, or you can also pursue BSc.
Engineers. I have so many
engineers.
Any stream. I have engineers coming and joining MBA sports management. A lot of those students, a lot of them are interested in following analytics as a career. Sports analytics and performance analysis, because they're good with numbers, engineering, kind of mindset to them.
Correct.
There, I have lawyers coming and doing sports management. I have psychologists coming and doing sports management.
Sports psychology, that brings one important type. I mean, how is sports psychology it's a different field within the field?
Yeah, it's a different field, but sports psychology goes in a technical field.
Okay.
It is not MBA sports management cannot make you a sports
psychologist. You will have to be coming from psychology background.
Correct. You need to be from psychology background. You need to understand the whole technical side of being psychologist.
Correct.
That is not taught in MBA sports. MBA sports management typically is like the jack of all.
Yeah, I understand. So BA psychology can come to MBA sports management, and that will help him.
Very much, because that gives them that gives them a different edge over a lot of students.
So those who are doing BA psychology and are also having some passion for sports, they can definitely think of getting into this field and become a sports psychologist.
Correct.
Wonderful. Okay. So any last message from your side for all the students community here who want to get into this particular field?
If you want to be here, you will be here.
Wow.
But But once you are here, be a batter who doesn't want to lose his wicket.
Absolutely. Fantastic message.
So that is at the end of the day, that is what matters. Build a nice bridge between your heart and head, because the head will ask you to go away sometime because आपके दोस्त को कुछ ज्यादा मिल रहा है, कुछ अलग मिल रहा है. But your heart says, stay here, this is where you belong. So वो बोलते हैं ना कि don't try to fit in, just belong.
Yep, absolutely. That's my favorite sentence.
Yes. So I think that's what this industry is all about. We have not even scratched the surface of it. My tip of the iceberg is still a big tip.
The entire iceberg is
still
there. Right.
So understand it's an amazing journey that you can have, and chance milega. How many people in the IT industry can claim that they made a difference? Here you have a chance to claim that I made a difference. I scouted PV Sindhu and now she is the world champion. I'm just taking an example.
Correct.
But you can't say I scouted Mark Zuckerberg and he built for Facebook.
That's good. Yeah, of course. And sports as an industry, as a culture, definitely is growing across the country, although the pace is quite slow still. But there are no two words about it. There are no two ways about it. And the more commercial avenues and opportunities open up for sports people, the sports industry will grow furthermore. Am I right, sir?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. So fantastic. I think good to go, Siddharth. Thank you so much for being here. It was a wonderful opportunity talking to you and listening to your insights and your experiences.
Thank you.
And
hope it was bold enough.
Absolutely, it was bold enough. So thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to engage with you much more in the coming times.
Look forward to that.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, my dear audience, thank you so much for being here. And I'm sure you found this today's session fantastic enough, helpful enough. And we will keep serving you with similar such kind of sessions in the coming times. So see you next again on next Wednesday with a different session. See you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.